we have to do yatha cha pranadi. You know, the reality is proved. Meaning, even though one doesn't require to prove the truth, because the truth makes everything evident. In the sense, the truth is the proof of it. Your presence is the proof of everything. Because if the observer is not there, the observed cannot prove its presence also. Even though the subject is the proof of the entire realm of the object, but still, if somebody says, what is the proof of the truth, then this is the answer. Because the second Adhyay, the second chapter of BRAHMASUTRAS is purely talking about the truth in terms of logic, reasoning. Sometimes people are receptive to reasoning alone. When you are receptive to reasoning, then you have to be spoken to only in terms of reasoning. Shastra does that job also. It's logical, it's not illogical. It doesn't mean its existence is proved by logic. Its existence is not proved by logic. But yet some people say, no, we want the truth to be proved through logic. Then what can we do? All right, sir. Then this is the logic. Anything that becomes manifest to me and unmanifest to me has a source. One way of thinking. Patavaccha, see? This is what we are doing. Yuktehe Shabdantaracha, 18th Sutra, and then afterwards Patavaccha, and then 20th Yathacha Pranadi. Have you been able to find out? Adhikarana 6 hai. प्रथम पाद द्वितीयाध्याये ब्रह्मसूत्रे द्वितीयाध्याये प्रथमः पादः षष्ठाधिकरणे and विंशतितमं सूत्रम it is 20th verse. समझ गए ना? So, when it is unmanifest, it is not seen. When it is manifest, it is seen. ठीक है? But even when it is unmanifest, it is there. But where is it present? It is in its own source. So when the manifest is not there, when I don't see the universe, it doesn't mean there is shunya. Because it remains unmanifest. It exists unmanifest in the source. Non-manifestation does not mean non-existence. It is potentially there in its source. Just as Bhashyakara says, in a small infant, a male infant, there is unmanifest father in him. He can father a child, but that manliness, that ability to father a child is unmanifest. It is unmanifestly present, not unmanifestly absent. It is unmanifestly present. Therefore, when it is manifest, manifestly present, when it is unmanifest, unmanifestly present, and that presence is derived, as it were, from the presence of its source. The presence of the wave is derived from the presence of water. Actually, the wave has no presence. It looks present because the water is present. That's why in Taittiriya Bhashyam, Bhagavan says that the universe looks present, existent. The universe looks existent because the source is existent. The source is existent. Or we can even make it, closer to ourselves. It is a big stride in understanding the truth. The object looks existent because the subject is existent. The universe looks to be present. The universe looks to be present. The universe looks to be present. It looks to be present because the subject is present. Subject means the conscious being. Matter looks present. Matter looks present because consciousness is present. The Atma, the time looks present because the self, the observer, is present. The universe looks present because the consciousness, the self, is present. In this manner, what appears and disappears cannot be the truth. What now appears, now disappears. It may look the truth, but it is not the truth, because truth must have consistency. The evidence of the truth must have consistency for eternity. If the truth is obvious, it should be obvious forever. You can't say now it is obvious, now it is not obvious. Then it becomes a chameleon. It becomes a kind of a chameleon, means untruth. Anything that is now present, now absent. Now manifest, now unmanifest. Now it is manifest, now it is unmanifest. It is untruth. This is one of the beautiful definitions which can guide us in life. Every situation, now present, now absent. Every pleasure, now present, now absent. Like this, all phases have their presence and absence. And therefore, if there is something inconsistent, behind it there is something consistent. This is also a line of thinking. Because the non-eternal cannot exist without lighting up, without being lighted up by the eternal. Because the seer of the non-eternal has to be eternal. It's a big stride. When we say the non-eternal presupposes the eternal, we try to objectify both. That creates a problem. The very seer of the non-eternal is eternal. Therefore, these forms now appear, now disappear, now appear, now disappear. And the one who sees that factor, that the objects now seen, the objects are now seen, now become unmanifest, now seen, now not seen, now seen, now not seen. This phenomenon is seen by the seer. And the seer doesn't have the two phases. Now he sees, now he doesn't see. There is no such a thing. The object is now seen, now not seen. But the seer always sees. The seeing nature of the seer, the observing nature of the observer, the experiencing nature of the experiencer, the conscious nature of the conscious doesn't have two phases called now it is, now it sees, now it doesn't see. Even when you don't see an object, it is not seeing an object, it means seeing the absence of an object. You can only see you can see the absence of an object, it's not there. Meaning you can be there without, as free from the object. When there is object, you see, you experience the object. When there is no object, you experience that there is no object. But the experiencing nature of the experiencer doesn't go. In this manner, the yukti says, Ena shrutam shrutam bhavati amatam matam avijñātam vijñātamiti Krishnasya jagataha brahma karyatvat tadananvayatvacha siddhayesha shrauti pratigna. Therefore, the manifest is proved by not the unmanifest, nor the unmanifest proves the manifest. The one who proves both the manifest and unmanifest is the truth. Therefore, there is no shunyavada. An object can resolve unto its source the observer, but the observer cannot resolve. Here observer means the conscious being. He can't absorb, he can't resolve. He can't resolve. The observer can't resolve. If the observer just disappears, to prove that there should be again another observer. Without the observer you can't prove anything, you can't disprove anything. This is the Siddhanta. Any scientist has to listen to this. Yes. Without the observer you can't prove anything, you can't disprove anything. Knowledge is the sole proof. Why there is a world? Because it is seen by me. It is seen by me, I see it. That's the final proof. How do you say that there is a table? Because I see it. Why the tree is green? Because I see it so. I see it. Why there is space? What is the proof that there is space? I see it. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees it, meaning what? It is a universal perception. It's not subjective. If it is not subjective, then it becomes a proof. If only a given individual sees, everybody doesn't see, then it is not a proof. But if everybody sees, therefore, jnanam is the proof. Therefore we can just say it's a great strategy, a very disarming stride in life is that I see is the final proof. That I see doesn't require another proof. Objects, the seer is the proof of the seen, but for the seer there is no proof that is self-evident. What is the proof that I see? You are seeing a mountain. Now I ask a question. What is the proof that you are seeing a mountain? It is self-evident. It is self-evident. I can't quote something else. What is the proof of the mountain? That I see it. That's it. But what is the proof that you see it? That is self-evident. The sight is self-evident. Knowledge is self-evident. Sight is self-evident. Observer is self-evident. And therefore, when the universe becomes manifest, the seer is the proof of it. When the universe becomes unmanifest, that is also the proof is seer. That means when everything becomes unmanifest, it's not a state of zero. It's not a state of shunya. Why? Because even the unmanifest state has to be proved. Even the darkness has to be proved by the knower of it. You close your eyes and say it is dark. What is the proof? I see it. Do you see the darkness through the eyes? No. But still I see it. I know it. I know it. I close my eyes and it is dark and I know it. Therefore, to see or to know, independent of even the senses, I know it. When a blind man says, you are blind, he says, I am blind. What is the proof? I see it. Oh, Bapre. He says, I see it. And a deaf man says, I am deaf. What is the proof, sir? It's my knowledge. Therefore, knowledge is the sole proof. I don't say final proof. That is the sole proof. Knowledge is the sole proof of everything. If knowledge is the sole proof and the one who knows it is the proof, that is the truth. Therefore, truth doesn't require proof. Truth is self-evident, but the truth is the proof of everything. Truth is the proof. We don't require proof for the truth. This is a big thing. And therefore here, logic, sheer logic, independent of the Shruti, of course based on the Shruti. Even Siddhanti cannot be correct in his logic without the background of the Shruti. Therefore, it is like, it is said, in times of difficulty, how do you know whether a person is a Gujarati or Madrasi? But in times of difficulty, he uses his mother tongue. Is it not? This is your Rama suppose it is the Madrasi hai. Like this, in times of in some special times, in times of extreme difficulty or in times of extreme pleasure, he uses his mother tongue. Or whenever he has to talk quickly, then the mother tongue comes. Because you can never talk in any other language fast. Like, first to begin with, you start fighting in English, because you are a convent girl. So with your neighbor, you say, don't be like this, stupid, etc. It doesn't work because you can't talk very fast. And the choice the choice of abuses in English is very limited. You have a very limited choice of abuses. Then you switch to Hindi, and Hindi also you are not that. Then you are a Punjabi girl, then you switch to Punjab. There it works. Swamiji, why are you giving this example? A Shastrajna, whenever he thinks deeply, he brings in Shastra. Yes. He just can't think without the vision of Shastra. That is why, even if he is a Shastrajna, a great a man who is a Shastra, who knows scripture, a great scholar of the scripture, but still whenever he is talking to a logician, even though he is supposed to be purely logical, but he brings in Shastra. That's why a Siddhanti's way of reasoning is never isolated from his vision of the Shruti. A Siddhanti can never reason unrelated, unconnected to Shastra. And this is one of them. Otherwise, you see, the object, the proof of the object is that I see. It is Shastras. It is Shastras reasoning. Anubhava is the proof, pramana. That's why it is Mahapramana. Truth is Mahapramana. Even darkness is known. Otherwise, what is the proof? The blackout before life. You say, before I was born, it is all blackout. I don't know anything. How do you know that you don't know anything? It's all blackout. What is the proof? And that's very amazing, gee. It's very, 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 one gets cornered. What is the proof of the blackout before the birth? Experience. But that experience is not in the form of a thought. Because once it is a thought, it is not a blackout. It is manifest. Similarly, they call the death the blackout. What is the proof? You say, oh, I am scared of darkness. What is the proof of the darkness? Supposing you say it's darkness. Okay, what is the proof? That you are aware of it. That you are aware of it is the proof. There is no other proof. That is the final proof. That is the sole proof. And therefore, without the Sakshi, without the observer, you can't talk about the universe, you can't talk about its negation, you can't talk about change. You say this is change. Previously it was a plant. Now it is a tree. What is the proof? Previously it was a plant. Now it has become a big tree. What is the proof? My knowledge. I remember that it was a plant. Now I see it as a tree. That means I am the observer of the whole change. And the one who sees the change is changeless. Therefore Shastra so effortlessly says you are changeless. That thou art that truth. Don't judge your existence in terms of your societal, social image. Don't judge your nature in terms of your social image. In the society you may be nothing. But even if you are everything, you are a big man, I tell you, your image is nothing. In contrast to your nature, your social image is nothing. It's nothing. It's false. Your social image in contrast to your nature is nothing. Your social image is what? I am a Rotary Club president. I am a businessman. What is your business? If you give away all that you owe to the bank, then there is nothing left. Yes. All these big business people, as long as they don't care to give to the bank what they owe, they look rich. Once you give away, then हमारे पास आके इसको मांगेंगे और मुझे संन्यास दे दो. Yes. Therefore, this social image, our image in the society counts for nothing. Please understand. Don't feed on your image, please. Dwell on your existence. Don't feed. You don't need to feed on anything. You have to recognize your presence, which is the nourishment for the whole universe. Wave doesn't have to feed on other waves to quench its thirst. It is already water. Therefore, the Shruti straight away says here, Yena Shrutam Shrutam Bhavat. Now he quotes the Shruti. Even though it is all logical, sir, but the Shruti says what is logical. Yena Shrutam Shrutam Bhavati. Hey, Shvetaketu, the truth is so great that by hearing which you have heard everything. Amatam matam bhavati, by thinking of which you have thought of everything. Avijñātam vijñātam, by understanding which you have understood everything. Because everything is made of that one truth. Everything is made of that one truth. It's like if you know what is sugar, then you have known all the sweets. Because they're all made of sugar. Kuch bhi nahi hai. That is the content, that is the truth of all sweets. Like that. Therefore, Shunyavadi, one of the big headaches, one of the big problems, slipperies that man is prone to, is he allows his mind to slip into a conclusion, nothingness, there is nothing. Everything disappears. There was nothing, and there is an illusion of something, and there will be again. See, this is mental slip into non-existence. Gives you some kind of licentious freedom. It gives you a kind of a license to enjoy your pleasures. When there was nothing, when there will be nothing, and when there is only an illusion of something, why think of morals and why think of immorals? Why think of ethics? Why think of this funny dharma and adharma, etc.? Just make money and enjoy them. Therefore, you have to make a wrong conclusion. A wrong spiritual conclusion gives you license to enjoy. And everybody looks for a license to enjoy. A kind of a guilt-free enjoyment. If I have to be free from guilt, I must make a wrong conclusion which neutralizes the guilt. Once I say there is no God, there is no ethics, it's nothing, it's all man-made, forget about it. At least your own conclusion does give you a relief from the sense of guilt. You battle against the guilt. So the wrong battles against the guilt. Then with a relief from the guilt, then you enjoy license. This I would like to call as a very, very nasty mental slip. Very unfortunate slip. Mental slip into nihilism. And mind is slippery, understand? The mind slips on itself. This is over, Ji. I have covered it. Therefore, there is no shunyavad, the great blackouts that man is scared of, the great death that man is scared of, the great prayer to life, darkness, the great post-life darkness, etc. All these things are also within, they are also known, they also fall within one's knowledge, experience. Therefore, the observer has no negation. We only cognize the object, we don't cognize the subject seriously. I continue to be the subject, but I keep on only dwelling on, my serious attention is given only to the object. My serious attention is not given to the subject. In this manner, man suffers. Suffering doesn't happen so easily, please. Suffering in the midst of the ocean of bliss, peace. Suffering arises, a bubble of suffering happens in the self, in oneself, which is Anandam. It should not be possible. A bubble of suffering should not be possible in the ocean of Anandam. And yet if it takes place, it takes a big, huge confusion. There is a huge confusion about one's existence, called the Anadi Adhyasa. That huge confusion, it takes a huge confusion, meaning it takes a confusion about the huge, the truth, the unlimited, the truth. It takes that confusion to trigger a bubble of unhappiness. Sometimes a solitary bubble of unhappiness. Sometimes undying froth of unhappiness. It goes on. Froth of unhappiness. Endless unhappiness. And therefore, if everything, I see every living being like me, then I think it is confusion is natural. Like in a mad hospital, everybody is mad. Therefore, for a madman, everything looks so natural. Because there is no contrast, because everybody says, "Some log sab to theek hi to hai." This is over. Next sutra.
Sir, one question.
After the class, ji.
Okay.
Itara vyapadeshat hita akaranadi dosha prasaktihi itara vyapadeshat hita akaranadi dosha prasaktihi. This is a sutra that belongs to Purvapakshi. It is a Purvapakshi sutra. The objection is to say, sir, there is a mention of Jiva and Ishvara in the Shruti. In your own scripture, there is a mention of Jiva and then ultimately your Shruti says, Jiva is Ishvara. Meaning what? Ishvara has become Jiva. But there is a flaw in it. Why should Ishvara become a Jiva? He created tad srishtva tadevanu pravishat. Why did Bhagavan create a prison and put himself in it? Itara vyapadeshat hita akarana, harming, hitara akarana. Generally, an individual always does something which helps him. It is very natural to help oneself. And God is supposed to be a very sane person. Even a mad person doesn't do anything which harms him. Mad means not totally mad, but even a mediocre always does something to help himself. An animal always does something to help himself. Helping oneself is universal, natural. So God also should be sane. Why should He do something and harm himself? Why should he create a body and himself enter the body in the form of you and me and become imprisoned? Itara vepadeshad hita akaranadi dosha prasak. This dosha prasak, there is a prasanga of dosha, flaw. It is a flawed action. It's a very illogical action on the part of God. It's very illogical. Why? Because he creates the body and enters it. It's almost like creating a cell and entering it and asking somebody to lock it up from outside. Why should God become man? For what? What is the purpose? What is the purpose? Why should he do it? Therefore, to say that God created the body and himself becomes the jiva doesn't sound very convincing. Why should God create? Why should God create the world and enter it? Why should the unlimited become limited? By his own deliberation, you see. So kamayata bhausyam prajayayata. It's up to you. Why did he do it? Therefore, what the scripture says doesn't sound very convincing to my logical thinking. Because generally we always do something to enhance my comfort. We always move towards progress. We always move towards progress, except Delhi people. Delhi people celebrate Diwali and go back. Yesterday I was wondering what has happened to these Delhi people. Why do you want to really create noise? Such a beautiful festival, let there be lit up the whole city. Let gods watch. Let the whole world watch. What a city, just lit up the whole capital. You can invent even some other things. Take procession on Diwali night with candles in the hand. Create a new tradition. No tradition is eternal, please. All traditions are created. And all that is created needs to be edited from time to time. Yes. Diwali is not eternal. It's just we create. It is not Bhagavan creates. You can always invent, like birthdays. Previously they used to go and then say, Bhagavan, आज हमारा जन्मदिन है, एक साल खत्म हो गया, थोड़ा वैराग्य दे दो, थोड़ा ज्ञान दे दो. In this manner, we used to go to the temple and थोड़ा हवन कर लो, किसी को दान दो. Nowadays you bring a cake. You know, already you are a diabetic. And then you bring a cake and I don't know why do they really put off the candles. In fact, birthday you should lit the candle. अच्छा खासा candles को क्यों बुझा रहे हैं? You should lit up the candle. Everything is ulta जी, पता नहीं. Anyway, Bhagavan also should not do anything that would harm him. He is already free. Why should he become bound by deliberation, by creating a body and then entering it? Therefore, he created the body and he entered it. He created the eyes and himself occupied them. He created the ears and himself occupied them. He created the mind and himself occupies the mind. He creates the forms and occupies. He becomes the seer of them. He creates the sounds and he becomes the hearer of them. He creates the universe and becomes the seer of it, etc. Why should he become limited? It's not very convincing. For which Siddhanti answers. Adhikam tu Veda Nirdeshat. Adhikam, sir, there is Jiva, there is Brahma. Please understand. They are not synonyms. The word Jiva and the word Ishvara are not synonyms. There is Adhikam. Ishvara is unlimited, continues to be unlimited despite the equation with the form. Despite the equation with the form, he continues to be, the truth continues to be unlimited. Like even when the water thinks I am a wave, a form, it continues to be water. It doesn't lose its unlimited identity. Unlimited identity continues plus a confusion that I am limited. Now the notion that I am limited does not cost it its unlimited identity. And therefore Adhikam tu, there is, the Paramatma has, Adhikam means it is bigger than Jivatma. It is the same Atma, one is a notion, the other is the nature. When I look at myself with the notion that I am a form, I am a Jivatma. When I look at myself as I am, as a conscious being, I am Ishvara, meaning I am unlimited. Therefore, there are no two selves. There is only one self. If within that one self, there is a notion about the self. There is actuality. One is a notion. Like when you look at your wife, you say, I am a husband. But from your own point of view, you are peaceful. You are a conscious being. This is something, Adhyay Apovad. That I am a husband is a notion, please. And every Vedanta Vidyarthi, when she goes home and the husband misbehaves, Swamiji also told me, your idea that your husband is only a notion. Yes. Don't roar, it is only a notion. In fact, to be quiet is your nature. Tranquility is your nature. Therefore, it is in the same one truth. One is a confusion, the other is the nature. Think in terms of the nature and thinking. Confusion is always in the form of a confused thinking. There is no confused being. Confusion is always in the form of a thinking. Thinking is confused. Truth has no confusion. Thinking about the truth is confused. There is a confused thinking. What about the being that Ishvara continues to be unlimited and he may look like Jiva? There is a notion that I am a Jiva. There is the nature that I am Ishvara. So Mahavakya refers to its nature. The nature. By nature, one is nirvisesha. Drashta by nature, fundamental nature is nirvisesha. Nirvisesha means at once the source of everything and non-dual. That is nirvisesha. Nirvisesha should be always defined as both adhyaropa and apvada, the same breath. I am at once the source, like the water is at once the source of all the waves and tranquil. Similarly, The self is at once the source of the universe and tranquil. That is nirviseshatva. Nirvisesham is not to be defined as free from the universe. It should be defined as what? It is at once the source of the universe and free from the universe. It is at once the source of it and therefore free from it. Yes, sir. You have to think. You have to also be responsible. Every student has to feel responsible for understanding. If you think that truth will be understood effortlessly, you are right, but then you have to make the effort of right reception of the teaching, right reception, right listening. You have to take charge of your understanding of the truth, your education about yourself. You have to take charge of it. So even though Jiva is conscious, Ishvara is also the same, both are aparoksham only. Even though we say both, they are not two. Jivatvam is an individuality, is a thought. That I am so and so is a thought. That I am is the being. One's existence is not a thought. And one's physiological identity is a thought, it's thinking. I think I am a form. I think I am an individual. Thus there is a difference between Jiva and Ishvara. Even though Jiva is Ishvara, Ishvara himself becomes a Jiva, but still there is a difference. What is the difference? Jiva is a notion, Ishvara is a fact. Next Sutra ji. Let us do this also. Ashmadivaccha tadanupapattihi Ashmadivaccha tadanupapattihi. Therefore, Tad anupapatti, what you said is illogical. That Ishvara, by becoming a Jiva, loses his unlimited identity is untenable. Why? Because even when he looks like Jiva, he continues to be unlimited. The unlimited looks limited without losing its unlimitedness. The water looks wave without losing its water identity. Similarly, here also, the Ishvara looks Jiva without losing his unlimited identity. Therefore, you said, Ishvara becoming Jiva would cost him his unlimited nature is anupapatti, is untenable. That is where you have to connect. That's anupapatti. What you say is untenable. And also I will give you an example. Ashmadivaccha, another small simile, like stones. Kechin maharha manayaha. See, all stones are made of the earth, earthly things, the earth. Some are diamonds, ji. They are also stones, is it not? You call them precious stone, Yes. Thank God it works. It is a precious stone. Patthar hai. It's a precious patthar. And what a thing to hang all the patthars around. Then Madhyama Virya, and there are some middle ranking stones. What are they? Suryakanta Dayaha. Suryakanta, brilliant. Suryakanta also is a kind of a money but middle ranking. Vajra, Vaidurya, they are called the best diamonds. Vajram. Suryakanta, shining. Suryakanta, Dayaha. But the same stones. But there are also stones, Prahinaha, they are very inferior. And they are general like pebbles. Shva, we use some of our stones to throw at the dogs. So the stones that the dogs attract. Vayasa, crows. So there are some stones which are attracted by crows and dogs. Prekshanarha, they are available only just for throwing at the dogs and throwing at the Vayasa, the crows. But all of them are stones, but yet you can't say they are the same, is it not? They belong to the same jati, but yet there is a difference. A diamond is a stone. A Suryakanta is a stone, a pebble is a stone, and yet there is a difference. Jiva is a conscious being. Ishvara also is a conscious being. The unlimited also is conscious being. As the seer of the world also is a conscious being. As the seer, one is a conscious being. As the source of the universe also, one is a conscious being. And yet, there is a difference. Jivatma. The one who suffers is also conscious. The one who is non-doer also is conscious. Both these identities are conscious. When I am suffering, I am conscious. When I am enjoying, I am conscious. When I have a thought, I am conscious. When there is no thought also, I am conscious. Conscious, not in the form of a thought. Therefore, even though I am conscious through and through, but yet Jivatvam is different from Ishvaratvam. Like Vajra is a stone, but it's different. Suryakanta is a diamond, but it's different. And the pebbles are different. They are also from the same earth. In the same manner, sir, Jiva and Ishvara, there is a adhikam, different. Jada, adhikam. Adhikam means, Ishvara is, there is a something different. There is similarity and there is dissimilarity. There is similarity and there is dissimilarity. Like between a diamond and a pebble, there is a similarity. Both are stones. But there is a dissimilarity. You can't have a shop in Khan market and sell pebbles. Can you sell pebbles in Khan market? No. You can sell diamonds. Wow, sell diamonds. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai, Ganga Maya ki jai. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.